How did you use media technologies in the construction and research, planning and evaluation stages? So during our research, we mainly used Google and YouTube. YouTube was a way for us to research other people's music videos and analyse other people's music videos and kind of gather inspiration from them. The main music videos that we looked at was Mira Mas's What If I Go and Lovesick music videos. I then used Google to research deeper into those music videos, and I wanted to know the cinematographer and director. The director, Yoni Lapin, has her own website, which I was analysing her music videos and her photography, and I found throughout all of her music videos she included 3D photography. So then I researched deeper into 3D photography, and I found that she used a film camera called a Nimso 3000, and when I was researching into that camera it seemed quite difficult to use and it cost a lot of money to run, so we had to find a cheaper alternative. So this is when we came across the app Fuse. So it's basically an app where you can create 3D photography but just a lot simpler. A big problem with Fuse was that when exported and put into iMovie, we found that the quality really decreased, and that wasn't something that we wanted to include in our music videos because we wanted it to be very polished. But so we found that if we screen recorded on the iPhone and then used that video in our music video but just cropped it so it didn't look like it was on an iPhone, we found that the quality was so much better. And that took a lot of research as well because we didn't know how to make the quality better. Even though we tried, we messed around with the colour and saturation a lot, try and make the video look better. We also tried to decrease the video size, but that didn't work. With planning, we used Microsoft Excel because we were using somebody that wasn't really a part of our group. It was an outside actor, so we had to be really prepared and really organised. So we used Microsoft Excel to create spreadsheets on plannings and costumes, date and times. We also used WhatsApp to organise everything. So we had a group chat with our group and we put in all our inspirations and we made sure everybody was there on time, made sure like if anybody couldn't make it they would let us know and then we could reschedule. So during the construction of our music video we used 2 DSLR cameras. We found that by using 2 cameras we were able to get more footage than we needed, so we could use spare footage for cutaway shots, or just if we were low on footage we still had spare footage to look back on. But by using 2 cameras we felt that it gave a look from 2 different perspectives, which was something that we hope came across in our music video. Editing, we used iMovie instead of Final Cut Pro because we were more confident with using iMovie because of our experience using it. So by using Final Cut Pro I feel like editing techniques wouldn't have gone smoothly at all because we wouldn't have known how to use the software and we would have been researching too much on how to use the specific software. But because being confident with using iMovie, editing went smoothly and just as we planned. So when creating my digipack I used Photoshop to create the glitch effect on the front cover. I then transferred this to PowerPoint. Although this is really simple software, it was really effective as I was quite confident with using it. I also used a website called Font Generator. This is where all my fonts are from. So with Font Generator it created images of fonts that I then used just to put on my digipack and on my poster. With my poster I used a website called Lucid Press, and this is where you can put all of your magazine advert ideas together and actually create a magazine advert. I then, for my digipack, I used a template from Google and I found this a lot easier to kind of visualise. I then printed it off and actually made a hard copy of it. With my magazine advert, it allowed me to morph and put images together a lot easier instead of using Photoshop, which is quite expensive. But this was a free website that you can just use, which was really good. For my evaluations, I used a number of software such as PowerPoint, iMovie, YouTube, and I also used a website called Powtoon where you can create your own animated little videos. For hardware, I used a MacBook, a Canon 60D, and iMovie. I was really confident with using all of this equipment and all this software because I have used it before. It wasn't that new to me, so with practice I was really able to make everything run smoothly, and yeah, that's the technology I used.